Okay, welcome to our final lesson in this initial series on how to use SketchUp and where we're going to be adding architectural details to a house. This is a continuation of the previous lesson, lesson 5, where we made a floor plan and then extruded the walls. So we will add doors. Let's have a look at the objectives. We're going to add doors and windows using 2D and 3D tools. We'll add furniture by adding components. We'll change the colors and materials of surfaces, and I'll also show you how to download files. So let's just review what we did last time. What we see here, this was my sketch. This was the sketch I made of my girlfriend's family's house, and then I took that, and I did my best to, along with you followed along with me, we drew the floor plan and the walls using this sketch. So here you should open SketchUp, and last time we made a file called practice house underscore and you put your last name. We're going to open that file and we will continue working on it. All right, so let it load. There we go. Here is what we made in the previous lesson. So looking at it from this view, here's the front foyer, living room, dining room, kitchen, closet right there, and then we have stairs. I'm not going to add that in this series. So as we see, the first objective was adding doors and windows. Not too difficult at all. So we're going to go over here, and here's the foyer. I will simply, all we need to do to add in a door is make a rectangle. Well, what we'll do, this isn't actually adding the doors, but we're going to add the door holes. And now I don't have exact measurements for placements of these doors. So if you, in your own, when you model your own home, if you want to get your own measurements for doors and windows, you can, or you don't have to. I'm going to place it somewhere that I think would make sense, and from there, you kind of do what you want to do. You have a little bit more free reign here. So I'll put in a door. I think for most of them, what I'll do is I have 2 outside doors. Those 2, I'll measure them to have a width of 32 inches, like that, as you see in the bottom middle, where it says dimensions. And you know what? I can actually make this full screen now. We don't need the floor plan anymore. Sketch. So now you see bottom right, 32 inches, comma, and I'm going to make this 7 feet tall. I'm going to make all my doors 7 feet tall. So 32, comma, 7 feet. And I press enter, and there we go. There's a door. It might be a little bit tall of a door. Now, if you don't like the placement of it, very simply click on the move tool, and we can drag that to where I kind of like that. It looks a little bit more centered along this wall here. Cool. Then push-pull tool. To make that hole, we'll just click on that space and then click on the back edge. You see how it says on edge? So I click there, and there's a hole. Now I can actually see inside. So we do have another door, and I know this just from knowing the house, but we're going to put another door right over here on this wall. So this is going to be another exterior door. Let's make another rectangle right here, somewhere along there, and we'll do the same thing, 32 inches, comma, 7 feet. And I'm fine with that placement. I'll click on push-pull, click on that rectangle, and push backward until I'm clicking on the opposite edge of this wall. Where to go? There we go. And now there's a hole. Now we can see inside. So I'll put in a few more doors. There's a bunch of interior doors as well. Oh, there's actually a really big opening in this wall right here between the living room and the dining room. So I'm going to make a bigger rectangle. And this I'm actually gonna make, I did measure this one. This one is 8 feet across, comma, I'll also make this 7 feet tall, like that. So that's a pretty big opening there. I'm fine with that placement, so I'll click push pull, click on that opening, and I'll click on the back. Let's see, there's also a door over here, so I'll click on rectangle, click on that edge, and for these ones, I'll do, for the interior doors, we'll do 30 inches and do 7 feet high, so 30 comma 7 feet. Well, I don't like that placement, so I'll click on the move tool, move that more centered between these two walls, and then push pull and push through. Okay, so at this point you likely get the idea of how to go about doing something like this. I'll make one more door opening, or this isn't a door, this is just a wall opening, and then we'll try out some windows as well. So click on the rectangle, click on the edge. This one will make, this one's also big, we'll say 4 feet across, comma 7 feet. And I'll move this to the center, and oh, I moved that off by accident, and push pull, push that rectangle through. So at this point you probably very well get the idea of how to go about doing this. So let's put in a couple windows as well, a couple window openings. We'll click, it's going to be pretty much the same thing. Clicking on a place for the rectangle. And, you know, for this, don't have to go too crazy here. I'm not going to put in measurements. Of course, when you're making an actual, designing an actual home that does need specific measurements, you would need to put those measurements in. Where else are some windows? I know in the kitchen there's a window. So, of course, I can visualize this a bit more because this is a house I've been in. But when you make your own, you're probably going to visualize this a bit better. Push pull, clicking on the opposite edge, or when you're designing your own home, and you'll have some sort of a vision for what you want your home to look like. You push pull here. So for the sake of just practicing what this is like, this works out just fine. Okay, so that's doors and windows. Before we actually make any of the actual doors and windows, let's put in material so it looks a little bit more interesting than this, you know, white and gray model that we have. So let's go over to the paint bucket right here. And let's find some flooring materials. So yes, we have carpets here, fabrics, wallpapers in there as well. That should be helpful. Some siding. Let's actually click on this first. What kind of siding? I would say the closest to the house that I'm modeling is probably this siding right here. But at this point, honestly, you can put in whatever you want. At this point, what you've made your floor plan, if you want to remodel the house that you're making, or redesign it so it has different wallpapers or wall paint or flooring, you can do that as well. So I will continue. I'll put in this siding, and I'm going to click on all these outer walls. There we go. Cool. And for flooring, I think I'm going to stick with the wood flooring that this house has. There's wood. Maybe this one right here, doesn't matter. I'm going to click on all of these. this all works out. I'll get this door opening there as well. And then this is the kitchen. So for this kitchen, that does have tiling. So I'm going to look for tile, or this has textiles in it. Oh no, that's wall paint. Wall. Where is... There it is, tile. I'll click on one that, click on whatever you like. Maybe I'll do this one here, and there's some kitchen tiling. And actually I'll go back to wood as well, and I will, what was it, that one that I did? I'll click on this here. There, what about the walls? Well, we can go under, we don't need that. We can go under colors and paint the wall any way you like. I think I'm gonna go with this color, maybe this color for the kitchen. And this is where you get to bring out your interior design interests as well. What makes this home really look good? What colors, what material really makes the rooms pop, and so on. And maybe this room, I think this room, if I'm thinking of the actual house, has wallpaper. So this wallpaper is okay. There. So if you don't like the wallpaper I'm putting in, well, you put in your own. Decorate the home however you like. Maybe this room, I'll go with this wallpaper. You see, you definitely get the idea at this point. What it's like to put in different designs. What's that one? Oh, and keep in mind, you can go back up, see what you've clicked on. Suede brown. I don't think I want that. What's that one? Oh, that's nothing there. Maybe I'll do just like a nice creamy color for the foyer. Good. So if you've been following along, I'm just going to do this for the rest of the walls. And I'll do that for the top as well. So there's a bit of color there. Actually, I don't like that. I'm going to go with, I'm going to put in like a brownish color for the very top. Not that that's going to be shown anyway. Of course, there would typically be a ceiling or something on top of that, but we won't put that in. So that's putting in material or colors. And I'm kind of just going for it here, putting in whatever I think looks kind of nice, though your ideas might be different. Now for the openings, this is an opening right here. This is an opening. There's not going to be any doors there. What I'll do is I'm going to go back to wood. I'll pick another kind of wood. I kind of like that one. And I know that there is wood. Oh, I gotta navigate the best that you can. There's one right here. Trying to get these sides. So that's still wood. And then there's wood here as well. Oh, so okay, so now I'm at this point. Here's a good tip right here. If you can't get to, like, I'm trying to get to the top of this opening, but I can't get to it because the wall's in the way. So what you can do is click on, here we go, you see where this tape measure is. And then if you click on this button right here, it says section plane. So if I click on this plane, now everything's cut through. Now I can actually see what I want. There's that top rectangle that I was looking for before. So I'll click on Paint Bucket again. And I see I even actually missed this one down here. So I'll click on the wood and paint that in. Now when you're done with that, you can click on the select tool, click on this plane, and then click delete and it all comes back. Cool. So the last thing we'll do, well, the second to last thing, we got to download the file. But the last thing we'll do is put, oh wait, we also have to put in furniture. But let's put in a door. How about we put in a door right here? So we'll put in 2 doors, 2 windows, just so you get the idea of that. So simply, all we'll do is I'll make a rectangle from the bottom corner to the top corner. There we go. I will extrude that, or use push pull, excuse me. Oh, you see how it's not a solid going inward. So if you click on Control or the Command, whatever it says down here. Here it says Control toggle create new face. So I'll click on that, and now that's actually a solid. I'll click on the back face. So now I have a solid rectangle there. And now I'm going to use the paint bucket, and I'll put some sort of, maybe I'll paint the door. I don't know, green, does that look okay? Probably not. You put whatever color you like. I'll put that color maybe. That's taking its time. That's better. And then maybe a doorknob. Put on a doorknob. Circle and click there. Oh, that's a rectangle. Here we go. Circle. I'll just put one right there, and I'll paint that kind of like a goldish color there. And then, of course, you're going to want to do that on the same side. So we will also paint this. What did I do? That dark red or so? Oh, yeah, something like that. And there's a doorknob on this side as well. Now, of course, if you're being efficient, you're probably not going to want to remake this door unless you want to have a completely different door. But what you can do is turn this door into your own component. So you would have the select tool, select this whole door starting on the left, so you're not selecting anything else but that door. And then right click on make component, and we'll call it a entry door, if you spell entry correctly. Entry door, click OK. And then now you can very easily put this in right here as well. So over by components, or click on components, click on this home, and then you see the door that you made, and you can just insert that in. And now, of course, what you would do is rotate however you need to. I'll click on a point, go out, maybe out along the red axis, and then, oh, that's not what I wanted. Let's try this again. Insert the entry door. I will click on rotate, click on, now the thing that I messed up with before was that when I clicked the point, I didn't be sure that I was rotating along what the protractor is lying on right now. So I should have done that, but now it's along the blue edge. Now I can define an axis to go across like that, and then I'll go 90 degrees. Okay, there we go. And now I will use the move tool, click on a corner point, and then right there, there's another door. Cool. Windows, of course, would be quite similar. We make a rectangle. Make a rectangle like that. Did it actually work? There we go. Push pull. Click on, make sure that we're doing create new starting face. So I have the plus there now. I clicked on control and click on the back face. And again, you should be following along, and you can add whatever material you like. Of course, I will go for something like the glass, like this. Oh, this one kind of looks cool. Or maybe you might want, what's this one here? I'll close that. Translucent glass, don't like that. Maybe this one, or this one. I'll go back with the original. And I think there are also window coverings. I think that might be nicer to put in. Maybe these ones. Cool. Okay, so now the actual last thing in terms of designing this, let's go over to the 3D warehouse, components, click on components, and now you can type in whatever furniture you would want included, like a sofa, for example. Or you can, of course, you can make your own as well, but if you don't want to make your own, you can find whatever's out there. And you have to wait for it to insert. And now there it is. And now you can insert that wherever. Insert it. Oh, it's floating above the house. Don't need that. So we'll use the move tool. There's move, and you click on, let's click on one of the lower points of this couch leg, and then we can get that attached to the actual floor of the living room. We got a sofa. Maybe we can get a table, some tables for the dining room and kitchen. What do we see here? Oh, there's a bed. I don't know if the bedroom's on this floor. Let's see, what's this one? Actually, that kind of works. Maybe I'll put that over in the kitchen. And again, I clicked, and now I'm gonna move this just so it actually fits. You know what, I don't like that there, so very simply I'll rotate it. So I'll click on the rotate tool, click on the point, make sure it's blue, and move out in one direction along an axis. I'm on the green axis, and then click, and then I'm going to move it 180 degrees until I snap back onto the green axis. And then I will use the move tool, and I think I'll connect this back point. Oh, nope. I'm going to press escape. I forgot to change it to move. Here we go. Move tool, that back corner, and I'm going to connect it to this back corner right there. There we go. It's looking a lot more interesting. I think the last thing I'll do is put in put in an actual table. Maybe I can do kitchen table. Kitchen. If I can spell table. There we go. Oh, that one's fun. Okay, apparently this one will slow it down. Maybe I can do this one instead. And then I'll look for it. There it is. Now that works. And you know what, just because, here, I'll put in this one as well into the dining room. There we go, that's kind of nice. Oh, they're floating. Hold on. We can't leave this until this is actually attached to the floor, not floating in the air. Clicking on there, and I would like it. Is it on this face? Come on, I'm not really a fan of it being up here, up in the air. Okay, well, that is something that you're going to be able to do and be able to move around and figure out. Maybe if I click one more time and maybe move in the... Nope. Nope, it's just not doing it for me right now. Yeah, that's fine. Oh well. So anyway, here you go. That's generally the idea of how you would make a house in SketchUp. Start with the floor plan, extrude the walls, add materials, doors, windows, furniture, make your own furniture, insert some from the 3D warehouse that other people have put together. Otherwise, let's save, and you're the only one who can access all your files. So if you need to share this with anyone, you can click on, I think you have to open it first. It's already open. Let it open again, and then there will be a download button. There we go, finally. Okay, so you click on this button, it says File Operations for the current model. So now you can click on Download. And this is fine, 2020 version. You click OK. And now you'll probably see right here, here we go, it downloaded. And if I click it, I'm not allowed to open it. But you would be able to go here, and then you can open and then search your computer for that file. And then you would be able to open in the web browser. So that is it. Go ahead, download your files so that you have them. And that brings us to the end. Going forward, what you're going to do is do the same thing, but with your home. And you don't have to make an exact copy of your home, but get the floor plan, and then you could redesign it if you like. Or if you want to try to keep it as close to your home as you can, you'll do that. But that will be a little bit later. Anyway, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed. And if you want to learn any more about SketchUp, there's loads of videos online, loads of resources. So keep on learning, keep on modeling, and hopefully you continue to have fun with it.